A psalm of thanksgiving. Psalm 100. Psalm 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Here we are at the centennial psalm, and it's one of thanksgiving. And it's very short. It's only 5 verses, but it has a very powerful message for us practically, spiritually, and I think you'll be blessed as I have been in studying these 5 verses. So let me just do a read through here. Verse 1, make a joyful shout to the Lord, all you lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who has made us, and we not ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. Everything is God's. He is creator, right? Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who has made us, and not we ourselves. Enter into his gates, his courts, right? Everything is his. The air that we breathe, the food that we eat, whether it's grown or whether it's butchered, it is all his. He is the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills. So when you eat the next hamburger you eat, just realize that it was given to you by God. The meat, the lettuce, the tomato, whatever else. If you're having the barbecue burger, the sauce that was made, that all the ingredients were making that sauce. This is all the Lord's. We are grazing in his fields. Temporarily, we are using what he has provided for us. This is a testimony of God's provision. The name for God, as God as provider, is Jehovah Jireh. The Lord provides. Jehovah Jireh. Everything that we produce fruit with, whether it's spiritual fruit or whether it's manifest in this world in monetary ways, everything that we use to produce anything is borrowed from God. And so when we give to God, it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of ironic that we are giving to God what he already possesses. And it's God that's commanded us to give, not begrudgingly, not out of some obligatory motion where we are some religious external only activity where we are giving because we want to get on with using the rest of what we have. That's a false narrative, right? The correct narrative is everything is God's. We are grazing on what's his. And when we offer him and give him something, it's kind of hilarious because it's already his to begin with. And we are just agreeing with God. The right perspective is we are agreeing with God that he's our creator, right? I can't give him anything that he doesn't already possess. It's kind of funny, actually. And so if you think of, picture it this way, there's two guys, they're investing, and they're kind of sly guys, and they figure out a way to use somebody else's money to make a whole bunch of money for themselves. And they're kind of laughing about it. They're saying how smart we are. This is hilarious, right? It's not that different than that scenario, because we are using what God has provided for us, right? To then God has given us an opportunity to then invest for eternal purposes, things that can't be stolen, taken from us, or where moth or rust or thieves can't come in and take. He has given us an opportunity to get huge dividends, to strike it rich for all eternity, and we're not even using what's ours. We're using what's been given to us by him to make more. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of makes you laugh. And that's exactly what Paul is talking about in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses Well, in verse 7 there it says, "So let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver." And you know what's so funny about this verse is in the Greek, the word translated cheerful in the New King James here, it's the word that I'm not going to attempt to say it in Greek. I'll let Dimitri do that. But um, but cheerful giver, that cheerful word is the word. Um, it sounds like hilarious. It's like hilarious or something like that. So it's where we get our word hilarious. So literally, God loves a hilarious giver, someone who's like laughing about the fact that everything's already God's. And I'm just demonstrating when I'm giving of the first fruits of what God's given me, I'm just demonstrating to him that Lord, it's all yours anyway. Thank you. Thank you. And really you might make an argument that it's better to just not give at all if you're going to be giving out of a grudging heart or out of necessity or some obligatory action of giving. It's just better not to do it at all because it's actually going to count against you to give in that manner. But when you give, Paul says, give in this hilarious manner where it's like, no way. I get to give to God, and then on top of that, as an act of worship, I get eternal blessings and dividends off of that, and I didn't even own it in the first place. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. God is so good. He is, his mercy is everlasting. His truth endures for all generations. He is good. I bless his name. I I'm going to enter into his courts, enter into his gates with praise and thanksgiving. And not only are only God's people, the nation of Israel, invited, but I've been invited. I'm not even of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm just a Gentile, uh, pagan heritage kind of guy that doesn't have any special covenants necessarily through in connection to the covenant that God had with Moses. I've just been grafted in to this blessing. That even makes it more hilarious. Just an ordinary guy here in the Oregon, United States of America, um, grazing on the fields of God, and here I have opportunity to have eternal blessings um, given to me, and not able to be taken or destroyed or stolen from me for all eternity. What a wonderful God we have! That He it. I can't wait to see just how generous God is when we see right in front of us the reality that this place that God has prepared for us. I think we are going to be unable to express, even in heaven, even in our glorified state, unable to express how good God is. That's how good He is. And be blessed today. Be reminded that we have the opportunity to give hilariously, to give generously, because it's all His anyway. So God bless you. May He give you this joy that overflows your cup. All right. Have a wonderful